champions! Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete!
History makers! For the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row!
Good evening, Blues. Welcome back to Typical City. Got a bit of Champions League football to look forward to. I think this is going to be more difficult than I first thought, to be honest, because I went into the predictions, into the chat, to ask for your predictions earlier this morning. And then I went and did a bit of research on, I keep saying Slavia Prague, nearly Slavia Prague, because I've always thought of it as I didn't realise there was a Sparta Prague, to be honest. I always got them mixed up, to be honest. But yeah, their team actually looks all right, and they've got very direct football that are going to set up almost identically to how Wolves set up against us at the weekend. And we know how that worked out. It was a bit squeaky bum, wasn't it? A bit squeaky bum. So yeah, I do have to apologise to any, I nearly said it again, see, Sparta Prague fans, because they're going to want to be respected, aren't they? Because if you keep disrespecting them and saying, who even is this? They're going to say, this is Sparta! Yeah, they're going to be angry about it, you see. They're going to be fuming. So stupid. I knew it was stupid when I came up with it. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. But anyway, I think we're going to win, but they're going to be very direct because of these stats. I've got some stats for you here that's interesting. So no side has had fewer passes per sequence of open play in the Champions League this season than Sparta Prague. Sparta Prague are second in direct speed at 2.2 milliseconds, which measures how quickly the ball progresses up the pitch. Now, they're going to have 5 at the back, with wing-backs most likely, Wolves, and they're going to be incredibly direct. So how much does that sound like Manchester, the perfect recipe to beat Manchester City? Have they got the players to do it? Probably not. They're nowhere near the standard of quality. But the style of football, I actually think it's going to cause us problems tonight. So, yeah, it'd be nice to score first, get an early goal, move on from there, and, don't concede. That would be nice. But I'm not sure we're going to keep a clean sheet anymore, to be honest. I feel like Pep's just like, fuck it, mate. Let's just go for it. Let's just send everyone forward. And we've got no Gvardiol coming forwards. But the team news is interesting as well, because there's 2 areas of the pitch from the 4 players that are starting. You've got Akanji and Stones. Where are they playing? Inside this is what I find interesting, because it's like, what's Pep's thinking? What does he see them as? So does he see Stones as the midfielder that he once was, or is he going to play him central centre-back of a back 3, which makes him the least trusted on the ball, which is why Ruben Diaz gets that job, because he's the least competent on the ball out of probably all of our defenders, Ruben Diaz. He's not bad on the ball, but I would say Akanji, Gvardiol, Ake, Stones, they're all better on the ball than Ruben Diaz is. But out of Akanji and Stones, we've seen Pep play both of them in midfield at numerous times, at different times. So where are they going to play? If he plays Akanji, I've gone for Akanji right centre-back, which is a real, nod to Akanji in terms of Pep's trust for him on the ball. But I could see Stones playing there. He played there against Wolves at the weekend. They obviously did a very good job in scoring the goal, but he did okay in the position throughout the game. Nothing glamorous, but did all right. But anyway, full team news. Ortega in goal. Akanji, Stones and Ake. In front of them, Rico Lewis and Gundogan. Congratulations to him, making his 100th Champions League appearance tonight. Hopefully he can start playing well. Come back to the old Gundogan that we all love. The one that, scores wonderful goals and just ghosts into the box last second of a move and just gets us a nice little tap in out of nothing. No one saw him coming into the box, but everyone sees him leaving celebrating. Do you know what I mean? One of those players. Where's that Gundogan gone? But I don't think he's going to get as much joy or at least chances to score tonight because of the position. I think he's going to be playing in front of the back 3 defensively alongside Rico Lewis, but we'll have to wait and see. The other area of the pitch as to where are they playing is Foden and Bernardo Silva. So that's the other debate that I went at, the argument I had with myself about where are they going to play. Is Foden? I've gone for Foden on the wing, which I prefer Foden in the middle, but I feel like Bernardo Silva, I prefer him in the middle. I don't like seeing either of them on the right wing. So it's like, well, pick your poison, really, And lately, when Foden's been coming off the bench, he's been going on the right wing. So I feel like it could be that. with Bernardo Silva in the middle. But what I am really most excited about, in fact, is Matheus Nunes. I'm really excited to see him get another match that I feel like he's going to play really well. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets himself an assist or a goal. But it's against a side that it's like, yeah, you should be doing that against that level of opposition. And it's not fair to say he doesn't do it against better opposition, because he never gets chances to do it against better opposition. He's always played in these types of games where it's like, yeah, stick Nunes in. Those types of games. And I feel like it's not disrespectful by any stretch of the imagination, because I think most City fans will have respected what he did against Wolves at the weekend. Well, I certainly did, coming on for that last, whatever it was, 15 minutes or so of the game, and put in the most unbelievable tackle and got up the other end and won us a flurry of corners that eventually won the game. So Nunes, mate, every time I see him, I'm like, I would like to see more, please. Every time, and I feel like he's been harshly treated a little bit by Pep, to be honest, because I feel like he's not had any run in the team, and a bit by the City fans as well, because I feel like City fans have just turned on him quite quickly and quite early. Not many, but there is a small handful of City fans that I've seen vocalise their opinions on Nunes, which I disagree. I think it's snide. He's not had enough time yet. And Savinho, I'm presuming, is on the left. Therefore, either Bernardo Silva, who I can't see him playing on the left, Foden on the left. It's even worse than on the right, to be honest, because I feel like Foden naturally drifts onto his left foot. Haaland up front, which surely is goals galore tonight, surely. As for why there is no Grealish, that's ruled out for 7 to 10 days. Grealish is, and Doku, who's out for longer, according to Pep. So in one foul swoop, we've gone from having 3 wingers, with one injured being Oscar Bob, to now having only one out-and-out winger that is predominantly known as playing as a winger. Obviously we've got Foden who can play there, Bernardo Silva can play there, but I would say our 4 front choice wingers as players that you would want to see on the wing is Grealish, Doku, Savinho and Oscar Bob. I would say Bernardo Silva and Foden are 5th and 6th is my priority of a winger. But those two are now going to have to step up. I mean, when he says Doku's longer, what does that mean? What does that mean? Like 11 days? 11 months? Who the fuck knows? Do you know what I mean? Could have been a bit more specific than that. Just saying he's out for longer. That could be a couple of weeks. You're hoping he just means like a month, maybe. But why? Why? Like we've come back. We've all seen the. Oh, I don't know if you have actually. You might not have seen it, but there was an argument in the week the other day because of Pep's comments about John Stones and how angry he was in the treble-winning season that he had to come back injured. And how fuming he was. And there's been backlash from the patriotics, let's call it. I think the ones that are big, country over club fans. I think they're the type to be very much on the side that it doesn't matter that he's injured. He's representing his country. Whereas I am so much club over country, by so much. Like the excitement I get from watching England is just like, yeah. But like City, I'm like fucking raging, mate. I'm absolutely like insanely. I'm so invested and immersed into Manchester City. But England, it's just like a big tournament, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like watching England in a big tournament. But this nation leagues and friendlies as well, which is where John Stones got injured, don't forget, in a friendly. So it's not like Pep was arguing that, he got injured in a competitive match. It was a friendly match, which is why I think Pep's most annoyed. But yeah, Walker is now injured as a result from international break. You're wondering, Doku played at the weekend, so maybe that's why he came off against Wolves. But anyway, good to see you all in the chat. The game's about to get underway. I know there was Church in here first. The chat seems to get deleted, like for some reason. Like the first 4 or 5 comments, when I see them come in after posting the video, and then I come back to it later in the evening, like some of it's just gone. So anyway, I remember Church was in there, predicting his usual 6-0. One of these days, mate. One of these days. I know D Harsh was in here, who thinks, I remember him saying that he doesn't believe, because I went for 5-1, and I'm starting to retract that statement a little bit. Is it still pinned as well? I think it might be. Don't know how to. I can't even delete it now because I'm using a different chat thing. Anyway, he said 5-1's too much because we don't batter teams anymore, and he might have a point. He might have a point because we're not really wiping the floor with anybody at the minute, And are we even? There's been a couple of games where I think it should have been 4 or 5. But most games it's like, 3-1 probably would have been fair. I felt like we should have scored 3 against Wolves. To make it 2-1 in the last minute sounds like it was a closer game than it actually was. But I thought there was enough chances in that game to score 3 comfortable goals. With Bernardo Silva in the first half, there was a couple of moments in the second half as well that I thought we should have finished the game off earlier. But anyway, yeah, good to see you all in the chat. Douglas was in here nice and early as well. As there was, can I sneak that in there? Yeah, I can. That's Paul. Good to see you, mate. And Douglas as well. I like this team, Jonny, but at this point it is only theoretical. I want to give oceans of sky blue love to City fans globally and the good and great of this channel. Mate, Douglas, you are an absolute legend, and I know you've been here from the very get-go, mate, and I massively, massively appreciate your presence, as always. Scott, going for a triple Gundo emoji. Mate, it's about time he stepped up, innit? Are you hoping for a Gundogan hat-trick? That would be lovely. That would be lovely. Red Camp is going to be fuming if we don't win this game. Yeah, I think... Do you know what? I don't get as annoyed about the Champions League because I do feel like, especially this new format, I feel like there's a lot of recovery time, you know, because of the 8 games. I feel like, and there's a lot of leeway in terms of the number of teams that can go through at once, you know. So I do feel like we're going to get through. I mean, what's the difference between 1st and 8th, really, now? I think it's points. You know, your UEFA coefficiency ranking, I think that will have an effect on that. But that's more towards next season's draw more than anything. In terms of actually getting through into the next round, 1st versus 8th doesn't mean anything, does it? So it's like those spots all go through together. Everyone else beneath them in that middle group, playoff. And everyone below that group, you're out. See you later. And I like the fact that they don't get to play in the Europa League as well, those bottom teams, because that's bullshit, that, how it's always like a knocked-out Champions League side that goes and wins the Europa League. I'm glad that's been knocked on the head. James as well, good to see you. Roy from Norway, mate, good to see you as well. Lurks Blue Moon, you saw me standing alone. Can't go through it all, mate, because I started the song really too slowly, so it would take much longer. In fact, by the time I finished this sentence, I probably could have carried on singing it, so what a waste of time that sentence was. Anyway, let's move on. Adam, Gundo needs to pick up his game from the last few. We know how good he can be. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Game's about to get underway. Merlag was in it. Ryan as well, good to see you. Michael, Quinton from Kenya, good to see you, mate. Section, as always, good to see you. Glacius, Zach, Ryan, Christina, Nasser, and many more. Marie, good to see you. I spotted you there straight away. KJ as well. Theo, Captain Kringles, 321 Biter. Right, anyway, game's going to get underway. I hope to speak to as many of you as possible in this chat. What we're saying, need to clear that, don't I? Adam's getting way too much screen time. Chill out, Adam. I'm joking, mate. Right, come on, City. Game's about to get underway. Who's taking kickoff? This is Sparta! Fucking boom. He boots him off a cliff. What a knob. Right, game's underway. Stones has gone right centre-back. So I was wrong. I've got my formation wrong. Where Savinho's right wing, so immediately got that wrong. Nunes is playing left wing. There we go. I couldn't have been any more wrong with the formation. Oh, look at this as well. Proper Champions League. I didn't buy this specifically for this video, by the way. They were just in the house. The missus likes to drink the odd beer here and there. And Heineken is one of her favourites. So couldn't it be a more perfect Champions League beer? Currently sponsors Champions League as well. That is, don't you just see that and think Champions League now? It's gone the other way, isn't it? Like, it's almost like Champions League sponsor Heineken. It's gone the wrong way. The thought process isn't right. I don't see Champions League and go, oh, I'd love a Heineken beer. It's the other way around. I see this and like, oh, I wouldn't mind watching a bit of Champions League football. Do you know what I mean? It tastes like trebles. That's what it tastes like. Ortega in goals as well, which is good again, but I mean, I do wonder about his future after this season. If he gets the same amount of game time as he got last season, I think he'll be wanting to move. I've also got the RB Leipzig and Liverpool game up ahead of me as well, if you're interested, but I'm obviously going to be focusing on this. Jonny, where is the fart gun? It's right here. There it is, if you're wondering. It's actually goals extra I've got on. So I've got all the games, all the goals as they go in, live here on Typical City. Savinho on the right wing. Great ball into Foden. Bad ball by Foden, though. Tried to lay it off to... Good idea, but... Oh, that's silky smooth from Phil Foden there. In steps Ake and the interception as the ball was trying to be cleared. Nunes. Back to Akanji. But looking at the... yeah, it's going to be... two banks of... Well, there's a bank of 5 and then 3. So it looks like 5-3-2 from Sparta Prague. Foden with a pocket of space. Goes past 1, past 2, and buries it. Makes it 1-0 in 2 minutes for Manchester City. Felipe Foden immediately getting Manchester City into the lead with his trademark guns celebration, and Manchester City are 1-0 up within 2 minutes. Easy as you like. That was pretty delightful. Pretty delightful. Good to see you, Ismail. Let's celebrate a Manchester City goal with a sip of Champions League. But yeah, that was so simple. Very concerning for Sparta Prague. I think they need to get in at the dressing room at half-time, and I think I know what the manager will be saying.
This is Sparta!
That's what he'll be saying. 100%. Definitely going to get copyrighted for that as well. Yeah, Phil Foden back in the action, scoring goals through the middle as well. And man, how much are we going to need that this season? We're going to desperately need it, desperately. Stadium's looking a bit dead. I mean, I kind of expected that. Barcelona 1, Bayern Munich 0. Wow, one minute into the game as well. Barcelona 1 up versus Bayern, blooming heck. Throw into Sparta, and everyone's in the box here as well. So opportunity for Sparta to equalise. Thinking about a shot, dummies it. Foden says, nope, I read you like a book, mate. Yeah, so I mean, Sparta Prague, they're doing all right in their league. I think they're second in the Czech First League, and they're behind their local rivals Slavia Prague by, I think, 6 points, and they played them and lost to them a couple of weeks ago in a derby, the Prague derby, and it was 2-1 to Slavia Prague with 2 players getting sent off, 1 for each side. So it got a bit tasty in Prague. Never been Prague. Who's been Prague? I know I saw Douglas talking about Prague. In fact, he was giving you a whole... I mean, I don't need to go anymore. Douglas was telling me that much about Prague. I don't need to go there. And I feel like I've been. Doug was massively educating me on Prague. Oh, yeah, Jeff, well done, mate. Yeah, that's... Jeff, that prediction, mate. It's like, how did you see that, mate? Where did that come from? How did you see those things, mate? Absolute first-class prediction from Jeff. Oh, by the way, it's 1-0 to City. Foden scored in the first minute. Jeff, how did you do it? How did you do it, Jeff? Mind-boggling. Oh, City have scored. They're seeing it twice now. Not in this game, so just if anyone thought City had actually just scored. No, that's the replay being played to me. That's a bit delayed, isn't it? Fucking hell. But, yeah, good start from City. Can't ask for much more than going 1-0 up in the first couple of minutes, can you? Calms any nerves, if there were any, to be honest. There shouldn't have been. Because I feel like City should be coming into most games now full of confidence. But, I mean, hey, look at Arsenal right now. Aren't they falling apart a little bit? There's a talking point right there. It feels like it's going... not their way right now, Arsenal, with Calafiori picking up an injury as well. And they were so unconvincing in their 1-0 win against Shakhtar Donetsk. I mean, yeah, they won the game, but I mean, Jesus, mate, they made hard work of it, didn't they? It was bore-fest. Very little attacking threat. They were the better side, but I mean, there wasn't much there, really. And I was surprised to see how flat it all was. Savinho to the byline, right foot cross, out to Phil Foden, lays it off to Gundo with his left foot. He's dummying it, thinking about a Gundo, and shot's blocked. It's up in the air. Savinho's going to collect it. He nods it and gives it away. Sparta Prague coming the other way, and John Stones has gone flying in with a tackle there. Could get a yellow, has got a yellow, early yellow card there for Jonny Stones. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Yeah. And all that YouTube goodness. But yeah, yellow card this early. That's a concern. Just keep it simple now, Jonny. That's what I say to myself every morning. Just keep it simple, Jonny. And I never do. I make it extremely complicated for myself. So, still 0-0 with RB Leipzig versus Liverpool. City 1-0 up. Barcelona 1-0 up against Bayern. Núñez on the left wing here. Why is he on the left wing? When you've got 3 potential wingers who are not on the left wing. Watchalong there with a nice bit of footwork. The number 7 Nigerian for Sparta Prague, their top goal scorer. And here comes Birmancevic down the right-hand side. Their other top goal scorer, left foot shot blocked by Nathan Ake. So they've got the right winger Birmancevic and Watchalong, who both of those with 6 goals each this season. Here's Gundogan, Rico. They're backing away, mate. They're not even pressing. It's the low. It's going to be a very. This is 8 minutes in, and look how like passive they're being right now. They're not even bothering getting it. Like, as soon as we had the ball, it was like, right, everyone retreat. It's going to be one of those nights. But we've gone 1-0 up, so they kind of fucked themselves, really. They're in trouble now. They've got to come out, really. But, I mean, 1-0, I mean, they still, this is what we do. How many sides in the world do you know that go 1-0 up? And you better stay back still, even though you're 1-0 down against them. You know, because it's like, well, yeah, we could still nick an equaliser, because that would be the best case scenario for them. But we've got to get used to it. And this is what I was saying the other day about boring. And Man City being boring. Like, because these teams come here and do that, it becomes boring because look what we're going up against. How do you make this exciting? You know, passing sideways to try and find the tiniest of hole. You're trying to pick a lock. And here we go, doing it. Bernardo Silva, ball across the face of goal. Calmly brought down there by Sorensen, I think it was. But gives it away to Akanji, knocks it out wide to Núñez, who's looking pretty lively on the left wing. Here he is, bursting through the middle. Still got it. Onto his right. Still in the penalty. Lovely dribbling. Onto his left. Cuts it back and it's blocked. First time cross from Bernardo. Haaland! Oh, what a save that is. What a save down to his right. Vindal with a big right hand, and Haaland does really well because the cross is behind Haaland. He gets back, leaps up and nods it down into that bottom corner. Really good. And look at that. Look at the neck muscles from Haaland. He uses everything, not just his neck muscles. He just like uses his whole spine and just snaps his head at it. And because the cross was so floaty and behind him, he somehow still generated power with that header. Ball in from Gundo. It's a corner ball. Good one. And I think Alvarez has just scored for Atletico Madrid. He has. Julian Alvarez has just scored. But here's Gundogan onto his left foot across the face of goal. It's cleared. Birmancevic being shepherded into his own corner flag. Akanji down there trying to keep it there. And eventually booted clear. Yeah, Rafinha making it 1-0 to Barcelona. Bloody hell. Should be a good game that now. They've gone 1 up as well. What's Vinny doing as well at Bayern Munich? They've already lost to Aston Villa. You know, they've lost to... And bloody Villa, top of the Champions League table. I don't know why I'm laughing. They're battering everybody. They beat Bologna 2-0. Who was their other game? Young Boys, wasn't it? They're beating Young Boys, which you expect them to win, but beating Bayern Munich, you know, and they deserved it, I thought, as well. Núñez, down the line to Bernardo Silva, out for a throw-in. Do you know what else pisses me off at the minute as well? Vinicius Junior getting a hat-trick yesterday. Yeah, fair play to the guy, like, obviously, but it just feels like you're hearing people who obviously don't understand how the Ballon d'Or works. Because the Ballon d'Or works between August to August. That's when that's the period of time in which you need to take into consideration what happened in football between that August and the next August. Ball in from John Stones, it's over everybody. And now they're talking about this hat-trick makes surely wins Vinicius Junior the Ballon d'Or, and no one's debating saying, like, hang on a minute, it's got nothing to do with the next Ballon d'Or. It's got absolutely nothing to do with it. Fair play to him, good hat-trick. But, I mean, what's that got to do with the Ballon d'Or? So saying that and Rodri also being out-injured means it's over. If you're going to start counting recent bollocks like that, there's nothing to do with it. I hope Rodri wins it, I really do. Savini, and I've never cared about the Ballon d'Or. Even when Haaland versus Messi, I didn't care about it as much as this. I feel like this is bigger. Because this is a real, like, where are we going with football? You know what I mean? Are we just totally disrespecting every position now? Do we not even bother talking about the quality of what a central midfielder offers? You know, or a centre-back offers? You know, go and look at the number of people, number of positions that have won from goalkeepers, like 1. A centre-back, like 4. Defensive, here's Stones, edge of the area. Savinho dinks it in, and only no one, Foden wasn't going to win that, but Gundogan might. He's got it. Stones out to Savinho. City are looking good here. We're looking sharp. We really are. Akanji. But yeah, the number of forwards is like something like 47, 48, something ridiculous like that. It's like, shouldn't all be about forwards, man, just because they score. I know scoring is how you win games, but it's not about how I mean, it's not right, that. I'd love to see Rodri win it, break the mould, do something different with the game. Let's not, you know, calling City boring. You know, giving it our central midfielder would be the opposite of boring to me. I feel like that would be, you know, commending a defensive midfielder. Good. You know, the world's best. Scored goals as well, so, do you know what I mean? He got assists, he got goals. But anyway, John Stones. Sparta Prague holding the ball a little bit here. Good play, and good play from City as well. He held up the ball really well there. Lacci. Feyenoord have gone 1-up away to Benfica. But yeah, City were hounding him as well. It was good pressing from City, and that's an energy level that is really good to see in a fixture list like this, because, you know, you'd forgive them for lacking a little bit of motivation, just that 1% less than normal. Because it's Sparta Prague, you expect to win. The crowd the stadium looks not half empty, but there looks like there's empty seats around the place. So the atmosphere is going to be dead in the Etihad. I can testify to that because I've been to many matches when it's been like that on a night in the Champions League against minnows who you don't even know who the hell we're playing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they look well up for it, the City players. They really do. They're running about. They lose the ball, and it was like 3 of them were just on him straight away. Which is Pep Guardiola, you know what I mean? The standards he sets. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ryan wants to see an Akanji goal. I'd love it, mate. It's not really he doesn't get many. How many has he actually got? I can't. When's Akanji scored? He has scored. I'm sure he's scored. But when was it? Berman Sevic coming down the right wing, and there you go, City winning the ball back just like that. Nunes getting back brilliantly, really, really good from City. So you can forgive him for losing the ball, a misplaced pass here and there, you can forgive him. But what Pep Guardiola will never forgive them for is not running, not working hard. And it's amazing to see that they still do it. After 9 years of Pep Guardiola, they all run their hearts out for him. So good. And this is why we win. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the time it's why we win. Clara says, I'd like to see Haaland score. He's had 2 games without a goal now. Oh yeah, I didn't even realise that. Yeah, great point. No issue or anything. Obviously he can't score every single game, but would be nice to see him score. Who was the game before then if he didn't score? Can't remember. I know he's scoring for Norway. You know, he scored like a bagful for Norway in the international break, didn't he? But yeah, he's an unbelievable player. But we need a number 2 right now. We really do, because I feel like Haaland, I mean, should he be playing in this game? I feel like Pep's rotated, been wise, and he's had his hand forced, really, because, you know, I feel like, I don't think he would have wanted Stones to play. I feel like Walker would have played today if he was fit. Probably let Stones have a rest after the full 90 minutes against Wolves. Akanji got the rest last weekend. Good to see Nathan Ake back. I feel like Gundo probably should have a rest. Kovacic has got a rest. Foden needs minutes. I think he needed to play. Nunes needs minutes. Good decision. Rico's full of energy, doesn't seem to ever get injured, touch wood, and is just constantly runs. He never stops. So I feel like he can play every game. Bloody hell. Otolungi coming forward here, just rinsing it, and then going for goal. Fucking hell, mate. Well over the top, but he saw something then. It wasn't Otolungi, sorry. Who was that coming forward? Was it that Preciado? Preciado, I can't know if that's how you pronounce it, but fucking hell, he just let loose then, man. Just fucking went for it. Flew past Nathan Ake and Manuel Akanji. Saw Ortega off his line and went for it. And it went horribly over the bar. Nunes. Ake. Yeah, I'd like to see Kyogo, you know. I know that's a name we've been linked with already, so it's easy to go to those names and say that's who I want because that's who we've been linked with. But the reality is, I think it makes sense. He looks like a quality player. I think he's would be very, very affordable. I don't think Celtic would ask for too much. His contract's nearing an end. He's scoring goals for fun. Lovely layoff there by Nunes. It's Foden into Haaland. It's a set rebound again. Foden's still got it. It's pinball, but not, and it's cleared eventually. Foden. It looked like no one really wanted the ball then in the middle. It was like, do you want it or shall I have it? Ball in, straight into the goalkeeper's hands. But yeah, pinball then from Foden and Haaland. Devious wants Kyogo as well. He scored against us, didn't he, in pre-season as well? Scored a lovely goal. That Celtic side ripped us to pieces. I'm pretty sure we had an incredible like makeshift defence though. Like Wilson Esbrand, I'm sure was playing. I've not been that impressed by Wilson Esbrand. The very little I've seen of him. He's still with the club though, isn't he? But every time I see him, I see a very attacking forward, but I see like a very poor positionally aware player, like fullback. He's caught out of position a lot. So young though, so there could definitely be a player there that turns into something a bit more mature. But yeah, I've not been that impressed by him, and I don't like writing off youngsters. But there's sometimes you just see. Remember Eric Garcia? Every time I watched him, I was like, he's crap, man. Like he was useless, and I still think he's been like done incredibly well to get the moves that he has. You know, at Barca and things like that. I never thought he would make it that level at all. Still don't think he's a good player. Savinho into Rico. Tried the little flick there, didn't come off. But there's some players in the youth team, you just see it straight away. They've got that, don't know what it is, X factor. It's hard to gauge centre-backs and left-backs, though, because they grow at different rates. But, you know, especially a midfielder, you can sort of see it straight away. Nunes. Nathan Ake. Eliana wants Kyogo as well. Has Harry Kane just scored? Yes, he has. It's 1-1. Harry Kane. Ake. He finds the back of the net, doesn't he? I still see people writing Harry Kane off. I do think he's at the end of his career now. He's definitely lost a lot of movement. He doesn't make the same runs anymore, but he still scores goals. Ball in. Cleared. Nunes is so involved in this. Down that left wing. Oh, that's a great finish from Harry Kane. Barcelona Bayern Munich. City have created a couple of half chances. Here's another one. Rico Lewis dinks it back post. It's Haaland with the header. And Vindal keeps it out just about. That's another header from Haaland. And the crosses are finding him. City are finding him. There's just that one there was well defended. I think it hit the back of the defender. It did. Haaland headed it off the back of his head. And then there was a little opportunity before that with Phil Foden, where he'd like pinball in the penalty area. But this weekend, by the way, for City, could be a very, very good weekend. You know, either way, it should be a good weekend. We should be winning against Southampton. Come and join me for the watch-along on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. against Southampton this Saturday. It's going to be a good game. They're not doing very well either. So, well, neither were Wolves. And, look how that turned out. Incredibly close game. So, you surely, at home, at the Etihad, surely we win the game and then just chill. Sit back, relax, wait till Sunday for the big one, for Liverpool versus Arsenal, and see who drops points, because someone is. They could both. I don't know whether I want to see one of them lose, you know what I mean? I think I actually want to see Liverpool win, because I feel like that would be big blow for Arsenal, being that many points behind City this early. Dinked across by Bernardo Silva, cleared. Stones lays it off to Savinho, looking for a second here, and should really have got it by now, to be honest. The way we're playing, it's just cutting him open, getting to the byline really easily. It's good football from City. Cheers, section. I wouldn't go that far, but he knew it, like when it actually won the header. He didn't win that many because he was 5'8". Great ball from Bernardo Silva to Nunes. Nunes gets it across, and Vindal comes flying out of his goal to prevent Manchester City from going 2-0 up. But yeah, I remember some of the headers he scored. I think the best header of a football, the two best headers we've ever had, I would say, is Niall Quinn and Edin Dzeko. I think those two were the best headers of a football we've ever had at the club. I'm sure there'll be people who'll go beyond Niall Quinn and say older names, but I've always thought Niall Quinn was ridiculous. He wasn't just head. He passed it with his head. Do you know what I mean? He was better. He was better like army crawling and just heading the ball off the floor. Ball in from the corner. Haaland at the back post. Akanji, and it's cleared. It's just not dropping for Haaland. He's having one of them nights where it's just like he's actually getting a few little glimpses of goal, and it's just not dropping for him. He's going to get one though, because the ball is coming into Sparta Prague's box all too often. For Haaland not to get a goal in this game, I'll be gobsmacked. Nunes with a lovely flick to Gundo, outside the box, goes across the box to John Stones. Their shape's shite. They look crap. To be honest, there's so many pockets for Rico and Foden and Nunes to find here. Bernardo Silva ball in, deflected, another corner. Yeah, we're finding pockets of space on the edge of their area way too easily. Yeah, Dzeko, man. Two headers that I will never forget. I think it was the second. Remember the season, the 2011-2012 when we won the Aguero season? Hang on a minute. Gundogan. Nunes. Deep cross. It's Haaland with a header and it's cleared off the line. Akanji still got it. Ake's looking for an overhead kick. It's still bobbling around. Heads up in the air and it's going to be cleared and actually brought away here. Long ball here. And bloody Brimham. What? Sparta Prague are in business here. They're through on goal. Oh, and Ortega makes the save. Fucking hell. What? This is the football we play, innit, man? Just like one opportunity. And Breman-Sevic nearly goes up the other end and makes it 1-1. I mean, how the fuck would this game be even considered to be 1-1? It's corner ball. Ortega. Big save from Breman-Sevic there. It was going in as well. Didn't get much power behind it. But coming in from that right wing, he was free as a bird, mate. It's... Corner. Punched by Ortega, and two bits of great goalkeeping back to back there. Preciado looking for handball off Ake. Bullshit, mate. Put your hands down. Ball back to Vindal. That's it. Just utter domination from City, and then one attack and they're in on goal. It's crazy. It's just what we got to get used to. Feyenoord are 2-0 up against Benfica. But this game's got a heavy scoreline on it. I'm surprised at how bad they are shape-wise. We've just not punished them, though. It's still 1-0. This game should definitely have a second goal in it. And could have been for bloody Sparta Prague, mate. So, you know. Oh, it's no goal. Feyenoord 1, Benfica 0. Ruled out. Here's Nunes again on the left wing for City. He's looking good. The thing isn't, if you could pick our strongest starting 11, it's sad to say Nunes isn't in it, is he? But I really like watching him. I really enjoy watching him. He's very different to most of the midfielders we have. He's just explosive and a little... Savinho. Oh, Savinho, mate. What dribbling that is. The cross isn't good enough, unfortunately. It was collected by Vindal, but the first turn of speed that he showed, he just pushes it slightly past his fullback with a little cushioned outside of his left boot. And the speed, just to go... I thought you're getting tackled here, mate. And he's just gone past him like he wasn't there. And Liverpool have made it 1-0. RB Leipzig 0, Liverpool 0. It's Nunes. Sparta Prague coming forward. Couple of step overs here against Nathan Ake. Doesn't buy it, but he does beat him and gets the cross in. And then a bicycle kick at the back post from Haraslin. Nearly harassed us into an equaliser. Yeah, well over the bar though with the bicycle kick, but not a bad effort. We've given it away here. They're coming in a goal again. Edge of the area. Rico Lewis and Phil Foden between them take the ball off him. Good play, but I mean sloppy from City giving the ball away. We've gifted them a little bit of confidence. That one counter-attack has gifted Sparta Prague a little boost of confidence, and they're coming forward now, causing a few problems. They've actually knocked it around. They've gone down the line here as well. Berman-Sevic for him to chase. Akanji has to knock it out for a throw-in. What are you talking about? It isn't that great, I must admit. I'm not a fan of it. It's all right. That's all that was in the fridge, so I felt like a beer. I must admit I'm slightly regretting it. But I don't feel like I've got COVID, mullet. So, what are you talking about? What percent is it, by the way? Can't even see. 5%, quite strong. Not weak. Zachary's not happy. He's not happy at all. That's annoying. Yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo, isn't he, Nunes? I respected what he did, protecting his family. I think most people would do the same if they thought their family in the stands. We saw West Ham, didn't we, in the Europa Conference final. Was it the final? I think it was the final. Savinho trying to do the same again, doesn't this time. Actually, the defender does really well to shepherd it out, and it's a goal kick as well. But yeah, no, Nunes, like, he would drive me insane. If he was a City player, he would drive me insane. Like, on his day, you're glad you've got him, but I would feel like the majority of the time I'd be annoyed with him. That he misses so many chances. And I mean, we could say the same about Haaland, but Haaland, look at the numbers, man, between Nunes and Haaland. The difference, I mean, it's night and day. It's night and day difference. Bernardo Silva, by the way, you ridiculous player. What an unbelievable bit of footwork he just showed there. And then Gundogan gives it away, mate. Gundo's carrying on this form of his. Really sloppy pass from Gundogan, that was. But the play in the middle from Bernardo Silva, how he kept the ball then surrounded by about 3 Sparta Prague players who were all nibbling at his heels. And he's just this little passes between his inside of his 2 feet, and it's just so good. So good. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, because it really, really helps with YouTube and all that stuff. I hate it, man. It's so boring talking about all that.
I've got 600 subscribers. How many have you got? And I'm 20 away from 1,000.
It's a fucking gives a shit, man. Let's just make the videos. That's all. That's all it is. Just enjoy what comes with the videos. But yeah, City dominating the game. Could easily be 1-1. It's scary. It's the pattern of our season. It's the pattern of the last 2 or 3 seasons, in all honesty. Because we've done this for many, many years. Even in Pep's first season, that was probably the worst. Because we had no understanding of how to prevent counter-attacks, but all the players were doing what was asked of them in terms of positional awareness and like where to place yourself on the pitch, but they just weren't ready. The amount of times we dominated games. The worst result I remember, and I was there, was at the King Power Stadium. Pep's first season. I think it was 4-2. And we went 4-1 down. Jamie Vardy just hit us on the counter-attack every time. We dominated the game. We battered them. And I think that was the moment where I was like, shit, man, is Pep actually that good? Because we've just had 4 put past us by Leicester. And this was this was after their title winning season. They were in a bad run of form and they scored 4 goals. And I was there. I remember it. Leicester's a good ground to go to, actually. Aston Villa as well. I've been there loads. But yeah, and I mean we've continued really. City have continued. We do play risky football. We concede counter attacks, but we have the knife is sharper. Now. You know what I mean. We are more refined as a team. Like we don't make that many mistakes, and we are very, very potent at winning games now. We have a much better understanding and better players as well. Because when Pep was arriving, it was all changing players, wasn't it? Ball into Rico, still got it, it's going to break. Oh, I thought it was going to break to Haaland, and he was just ready to pull the trigger and smash it into the back of the net. Savinho. Foden laid it off there, and he's holding his hands up, but Bernardo Silva was a bad pass from Phil Foden. He's sprinting back to try and get involved. Good play that from Foden to get back, but terrible pass to begin with, but fair play for him for tracking back. Pep Guardiola is giving him a massive round of applause to Phil Foden for sprinting back, because he passed that to Bernardo Silva, and it was never on. He was man-marked already. It was a bad pass, and then he goes like that to Bernardo Silva. That's the attitude. That stinks. I don't like that attitude. When you do a bad pass and blame someone else. But he immediately started sprinting back and trying to win the ball back, and that's the attitude we need to see from Phil Foden. Got us on the score sheet as well, don't forget. So 1-0 up thanks to that wonderful finish from Phil Foden. Savinho. Great ball to Foden on the edge of the box. Foden! Oh, there's another save from Vindal. A little bit central, savable. Doesn't quite find the top left-hand corner. Kind of reminiscent of the 2 goals he scored last season, if you remember. The one against West Ham in the final game of the season that won us the league, and the equaliser against United at the start of the second half at the Etihad last season as well. Which it was kind of the same situation as that, taking it from a wide player, taking it on the half turn onto his left foot, and then drilling it for that far top left-hand corner. But it doesn't get enough height on it. It doesn't go in the corner, and it's a savable one for Vindal. Feyenoord are 2-0 up now, by the looks of it, unless this gets ruled out as well. Benfica getting a bit of a beating here, and there is VAR getting involved again. Still 1-1 with Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Earlier it was Celtic 0, Atalanta 0, and Leverkusen drew to the Boobies. Brest. What are you talking about, mate? What are you talking about, Paul? He should have started, mate. I should be on the bench. This chair is the star of the show. Great ball to Savinho from Rico. Still got it, Savinho. Got to pull the trigger now, mate. And he has, and he's dragged it wide. It was such a perfect ball from Rico Lewis. Great dribbling from Savinho. Pep's fuming. He's just that this is the area of the game now. You know, Savinho is brilliant there as well to get into the shooting position, but he's just dragged it. And I mean, it's horribly wide as well. It's not even close. And this is what I criticised him for against Wolves. It's his shooting. He just gets this, because you can tell he's an emotional guy. He's hot-headed. You can tell. You can tell he's very emotional, very hot-headed. And those types of people are notorious for not being good in front of goal. You think about the best finishers in the world, okay? Think about their personalities. They're calm, usually. They're usually quite calm as people. You know, you think of Haaland, he's chill. He doesn't give a shit. He's totally chill. Nothing rattles him, you know. And then Shearer, he seems pretty chill. One of the best, the greatest goal scorers in the Premier League. There aren't too many hotheads. Ruud van Nistelrooy is a great goal scorer, and he's super chill. Well, there's so many chilled goal scorers, isn't there? But Aguero, man, he's super. He gets a little bit angry, but like as a person, he seems very, very relaxed usually. Apparently, he's a terrible trainer because he's too chilled, but he finds the back of the net. And Savinho, on the other hand, is incredibly like, you know what I mean, intense. Same as Doku, you know, like he needs to work on his finishing a little bit. But Savinho's got the ball now, gets it back to Manuel. Ball in, nodded up in the air by Gundogan. I'm not sure. I think he was trying to flick it on to Haaland there, but it just went straight up in the air. Oh, fucking hell, it's Barca 2-1 up. It's Lewandowski with it looks like a mistake, a bit of confusion at the back there for Bayern Munich. Looked like the keeper and centre-back sort of hit each other. I only saw the end of the move. But all I saw was Lewandowski tapping it into an empty net while there were Bayern Munich players on the floor. But yeah, half-time and it's still 1-0. Do you know what I mean? Am I that boring? Like, you can't even wait till fucking half-time to talk about the chair now. Shit. Fucking hurt. There's nothing funny about it whatsoever. You fucking funny bone. People say I look like Lewandowski. Do you know... This is bad. Do you know who said I look like Lewandowski? A German stripper. That's who said I look like Lewandowski. I was on a stag do in a strip club, and some German stripper said, "You look exactly like Lewandowski." And then I started talking about Lewandowski. You know what I mean? I started talking to her loads about, like, oh, do you like Lewandowski? Let's talk about Lewandowski. Not like, do you want to dance? Because I can't be arsed with that. I'm not paying for a fucking dance. So I just bored the shit out of her instead about football. Well, she brought it up. So let's talk about Lewandowski. Fine, put your tits away. Let's talk about Lewandowski. I want to see Núñez more. Like, I feel like he should be playing in the middle here. But, I mean, we've got no other wingers. I'm surprised at the bench, by the way, which is Ederson, Carson, Diaz, Kovacic, Gvardiol, O'Reilly and McAtee. Like, you'd bring a couple of other youngsters through, wouldn't you? Just to give them a taste of first-team experience. Bernardo Silva cuts it back. Poor cross. Núñez. Down the line. Is Nunes to the byline, left foot, going to be... Oh, is he asking for handball there? He did put... I don't know, to be honest, is that natural position? He's asking for it. I'm not sure he's going to get it here, Nunes. The VAR might look at this, but to me that looked like a natural position. Yeah, and it's hit the left arm. He actually put his right arm up, and if it hit that, he's in trouble. But it hit his left arm, which is tucked under his body, so that's not a penalty for me. Is it really? I didn't even know it was his birthday. So it's his 100th appearance. Ball in from Gundo. Cleared by Van Dal only to Savinho. Brings it down. He's heading onto his right foot. Cuts it back to Foden. Foden thinks about the shot. Whips it. And it's wide of the post. And Foden doesn't look happy with it. So yeah, 100 Champions League appearances for Gundogan. And happy birthday to Gundogan in the future. Which is... Australia. It's mad, that, isn't it? Isn't the world mad? How you're in the 24th of October and we're not. I'm not there yet. That's weird, isn't it? When you start to deep it, it's proper weird. Fuck off, Stuart. I mean, it's that many chairs. It's like overlapped the overlay. Ball to Savinho. It's intercepted. Good interception from Gundogan though this time. Cuts it inside to Bernardo. Nunes sort of gets in his way a little bit. Get out of the way there, Nunes. Head over to the left wing. Could have kept the move going then a little bit. First criticism for Nunes there. Thought he should have just kept running, getting out of the way. Keep that move heading that way with you going over there. Savinho. Cuts it onto his left foot. Still going. The dribble. And then he... referee, mate. He fell over then, to be honest. I mean, he felt the nudge, realised he wasn't going to win it, Savinho, and then falls over. I love what I see in moments from Savinho, dribbling-wise. I've seen a lot of diving from him. He's already been booked in a City shirt for diving already. I don't like it. I just think it's shit. I think nowadays as well, it's like, what's the point? You know, it's like, that's not really a dive because he felt the touch, but the one where he got booked, it's like, yeah. And if you won the penalty, it's getting overturned. You know? Sick of this shit. Foden. Ball, it's a good one. It's cleared. Savinho. Don't know, just lay that off there, mate. Just lay that off. I was hearing a debate about Neymar the other day. Who was it? I think it was Darren Bent on Talk Sport. I was listening to him. I think it might have been yesterday, in fact, talking about Neymar, and he said he would like take Neymar in a heartbeat at Arsenal. Would you take Neymar at City? You got to factor in everything, man. I'm not just talking about, oh yeah, on his day, like he used to be really good. Like, what's he done recently? At PSG, he was a failure, man. Like, and then after fucking Saudi, he's played like 3 minutes of football. Savinho. And then like we've got to have an extra holiday because it's his sister's birthday and all that shit that he does, and all that bollocks. Rico Lewis, John Stones, and there goes the half-time whistle. So no is my answer. I wouldn't have Neymar. I think he's a proper problematic player. Cheers, Jeff. I am a fucking charity case, to be honest, aren't I? I'm a fucking state. I do need charity. The Jonny's fucking retardation, I think, is what the the charity would be called. set this chair up. I saw James saying he wants to fucking buy it before. Forgot to speak on that. Not sure what I would charge you, James, to be honest, because I do recognise that this chair... So shit. So shit. I don't know, mate. I'm still meant to be moving, which is why... Oh, little note for the regular subscribers. Thank you very much to all of you for being one of those, if you are one of those. But yeah, no video yesterday. There won't be a video tomorrow either because of this. House viewing. I've got to go and look at some houses, basically. Deciding where to live is not a simple task. So I've got a lot of bollocks to go through. Really boring shit. It's going to be the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping by Christmas it's sorted. But there might be the odd day here where I'm just not able to do it because I've got to like sort out my family's living situation, which unfortunately has to take a priority. It also has a say on this as well because there's going to be a couple of days when the move happens as well where I've got to set up an office to work in like this and give some sort of suitable background for you guys. There will be a couple of videos that are just, it could be a dead background that's not quite got the zest, the life that you can see behind me right now. It might be a bit dead, but I'll work on it and I'll try and make something better than this, hopefully. It might not be the same room shape. I don't know. It's going to be a different room, basically. But long story short. So tomorrow, but preview for Southampton will be Friday. And of course, the Saturday, Watchalong. Sunday, player ratings for the Southampton game as well. So there's definitely content to come. It's just tomorrow I need to look at a house. So and amongst many other jobs I've got on at the minute. But anyway, yeah, long story short. Yeah, it wasn't that short, really, was it? It was really long. It was a really, really long story. Right. You go and speak to the chair. This is the thing. I've made a rod for my own back now. I forget about it all the time. How much the chat loves the chair. I've nearly finished this second beer as well, so I'm going to be pissing now and probably in the second half. But yeah, I'm on the beer, mate. I'm on the beer, Big Morgan. Hope you're good, mate. Nice one, Clara. Appreciate that. Oh, shit, yeah. I get so lackadaisical when I'm having a beer. Just like, don't... It's proper amateur. Proper amateur hour. Right, fuck off, Stuart, for fuck's sake. Can I enjoy that for the whole time if you want? It's fucking heavy, mate, this. It's fucking heavy. I was going to pick it up and take it with me, but can't be arsed. hell, Captain Kringles. It's mad how much shit goes down. Genuinely, like, it's a massive blow to my confidence. A huge blow. The chair is genuinely better than me. We've got a new member and a super chat to come back to. Where the fuck were you when I was sat here? Do you know what I mean? Nice one, Nordic Forge. Appreciate you becoming a member. And fuck you, Captain Kringles, for the super chat to my chair, which this chair is going to get 0 pennies of that. But massively appreciated, mate. Thank you very much, in all seriousness. Top man. Thank you. But, yeah, still 1-0. You know. Getting weird. They're just gone. Just like, look at the state of that. Proper flimsy as well. It's like paint, isn't it? It is like paint. It's mad. It's always beer makes it worse as well. Fucking hell. That's what all the stains are, mate. It's too much, Michael. It's too much. We're going too far with this. It's all getting out of hand. More. Thank you very much, CJ's Traps. We want to talk to the chair more. Fucking fine. Let's get my phone. Hang on. Oh, fuck off. It's a joke. It's a joke. Do you know what I'm going to do at my new house? I'm going to get a standing desk. That's what I'm going to do. Eat shit. Big up, Marie. Thank you very much for the chair. Sub for Jonny. Top City content. Thank you very much, Marie. Nordic's getting wild. Just joined as a member and immediately getting involved with the chair. Jeff with a super chat. Started a savings account for a trip to England. Hope to go to a game together. Imagine I pop through the door, one watch along, chat would... Mate, that's... mate, you shouldn't have even said that, because I would genuinely organise that without... that you've kind of spoiled the surprise. But we could see... No one will know when now. They know it's going to happen. The fact that you've done it, mate, I'll definitely hook that up. 100%. And we will do a double watch along, and you can be sat right next to here to me. You can even sit in the fucking chair, Jeff. How's that? Yeah, me too, mate. So uncomfortable. I swear it pokes me as well. It's fucking hemorrhoids probably, but... But, yeah, Jeff, mate, if you get to the UK, mate, we're definitely doing a double watch-along. I'm up for that. That'd be funny. Nice one, Jan. Yeah, I'm genuinely considering getting one, but using the chair still. Just because I'm quite... It depends on the room, you know what I mean? When I move house, if I move and the room doesn't suit for me to have a standing desk, basically, because you saw me after the Wolves game. Well, if you did, but you might not have seen it. But after the Wolves game, I can't help but get up when we score. Like, I feel like the urge, especially a big goal, little like goals, like Foden 1-0 up against Sparta Prague in the second minute. I'm not going to start jumping around the fucking room, things like that. I try and keep it, like, otherwise it's disingenuous, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are incredibly disingenuous. You know, like overly celebrate and then yeah. That sort of goal. John Stones, 96th minute winner. Yeah, I'm going to go fucking apeshit. Which is perfect for a standing desk because you can just go back and go mental, can't you? Without having to get a chair out of the way. But yeah, I'll have a think. Adrian's... good to see you, Adrian, as well, mate. You're a regular in the comment section. I don't think I've seen you live, though, mate. It's good to see you in the chat. 2-1-2 City, I presume you're going for. Thank you very much. It's too much. Leonidas, sorry for mispronouncing, Leonidas. I'll try to pronounce that right, mate. Who do we buy that specifically stop the counter as a Rodri backup? Doesn't have to be even an all-around like Bruno. Bruno Fernandes, or Bruno G, you mean? Not Bruno Fernandes, presumably. The thing is, you can't call Bruno Guimaraes. If we went to get Guimaraes, there's no way you'd call him a backup, would you? It would be disrespectful to him, and also he would not accept sitting on the bench for anybody because he's at that level of his career now where he would demand to start. And I feel like he would start alongside Rodri in most games. You look at the system now, it's got Rico in there. I think it would probably be Rico right now, actually, alongside Rodri. Whether Bruno could do that and drop into defence, probably not. So, I don't know. Bruno Guimaraes, how would we sign Bruno Guimaraes? I think that deal's gone now. I feel like he's now at Newcastle. The APT case as well, what City won. Although some people seem to still not understand what City won, how important it was for Newcastle, and the allowance that gives Newcastle to spend. I think that changes the aura of Newcastle Football Club on the whole. I think they now become a genuine player. We might not see it next year, or maybe not even the year after that. But within the next 5 years, I imagine we will be talking about Newcastle being in a title race. May not be see them all the way to the finish line of a title race, going down to the wire like Arsenal did last season, for example, or Liverpool have done on numerous occasions. But I do think we will be discussing Newcastle as a title race within 5 years. They have a very difficult path to go down compared to ours because the financial fair play rules that were brought in to prevent our growth were so flimsy and pathetic that City were able to dance around them through clever navigation of those rules and sponsorship deals that they want to call illegal. I would argue is clever and dodging rules that were wrong to begin with. You know, if the holes are there to expose, then expose away. And that's what Manchester City have done. They've tried to close as many loopholes as possible since then. And that's to the detriment of Newcastle, who have tried to grow as a football club following the same paths as City and have failed to do so. So now the APT case gives a bigger spending power and sponsorship deals, and therefore spending power, for Newcastle. Sparta Prague on the pitch, City on the pitch, Haraslin off, Krasniki on. I'm sure you all shuddered with fear out of the knowledge of who Krasniki is. But he's on the pitch, and Manchester City are about to get the second half underway. Phil Foden standing above the ball. And we're off. Second half. All the way back to Ortega. Ortega. Fucking love that moment, mate. If you could go back to the feeling you had when Son was through on goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, that feeling you had when he was there, like he's in on goal, this is going to be 1-1, man. Like, that feeling was just so bad. And then the counter feeling, the contradicting feeling of Ortega making the save was so good. So good. It's moments like that in football that I love, man. Everyone loves a goal, but I'm a defensive-minded player. I probably would put myself in midfield, to be honest, but I think defensively. And I love those moments. How much the Núñez moment against Wolves at the weekend. So good. I love that. I love it so much. Gundogan, left foot shot, deflected onto the top of the roof of the net. Corner ball. Barca are 3 up. There was that. I think that's Rafinha, wasn't it? I forgot to mention that. 3-1 up against Bayern. Vincent Kompany. Would you have him now? It's starting to look not so good at Bayern Munich. City with a corner, looking to make it 2. And they very nearly have. Very nearly, and they have. Nathan Ake makes it 2. It was coming. I mean, the whole first half it was coming. Nathan Ake prods it in. The ball in from Phil Foden, who, by the way, now should be our number 1 corner taker because of the damage he did with the John Stones header against Wolves. The game before that, he came on and completed all of his corners, successfully finding a Manchester City player. He's caused havoc, again, with this ball in that went over. It took It took a flick all the way to the back post. Haaland, I think, keeps it alive. He does keep it alive. And then Nathan Ake, 2 attempts from Nathan Ake. First saved by Vindal, and then the second rebound went straight back to Ake, who just pokes it in to a more or less empty net, and it's 2-0. It actually hit the post. It wasn't Haaland who kept it alive. Hey, that's a great save from Vindal on the first one from Nathan Ake, though. Great save. So unlucky that it's gone straight back to him. Yeah, that first save from Vindal is unbelievable. And then it's just gone straight back to him. What's going on here? Are they saying it's a handball? It says 2-0 on the scoreboard. It's 1-0. It's no goal. No goal. It's been ruled out. It hit Nathan Ake's hand before it went in. They didn't even go to... It didn't show that it went to VAR or anything. It just suddenly the referee's blowing his whistle. And he's pointing like that way for a free kick. It does hit his hand. Yeah. Because it's so... Nowadays, the handball rule, if it immediately gives the opportunity for the player to score, I think it's shit. It's a shit one to talk about, but by the letter of the law, it's a handball. It hits his hand, and without it hitting that hand, he wouldn't have got the second chance to put it into the net. So, as bullshit as that is, it's annoying, but I can see why it's been ruled out. I mean, if it was the other end of the pitch, I'd be screaming for it, definitely. Still 1-0. No way. Anyway, come on, City. I'm getting a bit concerned here because, I mean, we need the 3 points. These are the games that we look as bankers. Like, guaranteed 3 points. Surely. Surely. Phil Foden wants a corner, and I want a squashy. So I'm going to have one. Dynamo Zagreb have scored. DK against RB Salzburg. This lot beat RB Salzburg 3-0 on their first game of the Champions League, don't forget. In fact, Sparta Prague were undefeated going into this game, which is another reason that I was a bit like, they may pose a bit of a threat in this game. They drew the other game against Stuttgart, and then they beat RB Salzburg, 3-0. Ball given away, Haaland lays it off to Núñez. He comes charging down that left wing, but gives it away. No one to give it to in the end, really. Jeff, mate. You need to import some from the UK. These are squashies. This is the rhubarb and custard flavour. This is not the original flavour. You want to try original first, because I would argue that's probably the best. But they do all sorts of flavours now. Swizzles is the make. Used to make drumsticks in the UK. It's like what you would call candy. Sweets to us here in the UK. Import some. Find them wherever you can. Because they're fucking brilliant, mate. I bet they cost a fortune to import as well, but they're really good. Really, really good. I get them every week. Ball given away. Oh, I thought it was going to Foden. Otolungi there with some big, powerful play there. And hits it against Núñez. Bernardo Silva is going to bring this forward. Does brilliantly. That's so good from Bernardo Silva. He looked like he was going to lose the ball at any second, but the delicate, the deft, silky touches from Bernardo Silva. So good. I would argue that against Wolves, I thought he had a really good game. His numbers didn't back him up that well, but he actually felt positionally, he had a very good game. And I feel like he's having another good game in the middle of the park for Manchester City. And I feel like that's where he's at his best. Definitely. Akanji. Out to Bernardo Silva. Núñez. Oh, Bernardo Silva, mate. Get him off his shit, that Bernardo Silva. I was just saying it, wasn't I? I was just saying he's just giving it away. I told you he was shit. Should not be playing in the middle of the pitch. What's he doing? Stones brings it forward. Foden. Savinho's showed glimpses again, but not very consistent with what he's offered to the game. Over the 53 minutes we've seen of Savinho so far, I would like to see a little bit more. I thought he showed... it was one brilliant dribble in the first half. Two, actually. That were really good. Didn't come to anything. Just need to hit the target now, you know. Down to the byline, Phil Foden, right foot. Out for a corner, awkwardly. Awkward bit of defending, but Manchester City still only 1-0 up. I think so far, I would say probably, yeah. I mean, the goal massively helps getting man of the match, but I think his overall contribution has been good. This is definitely a version of Phil Foden that we're more familiar with if we look back to last season in particular, because the last 5 or 6 games has been a shadow of him. Ball in from Foden. He's cleared at the near post. I feel like he's got to be taking our corners. Kanji's ball in, and Haaland just couldn't grow. I mean, it's a bit... I'm being rich there, aren't I? Asking Haaland to grow. Fucking hell, mate. Turn him into a fucking lamppost. But ball across the face of goal from Akanji. Haaland just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Savinho looking for a cross. Chops back onto his right foot. Back onto his left. Lays it off to Gundo. Akanji. Nunes down by this left-hand side now, looking 2 players to beat as well. Gone on to his right foot. Gets it back to John Stones. Rico. Phil Foden with a pocket of space. Shot is blocked. Rico looking to... steps in, brilliant. Great counter press from Rico. Then bursts forward with it. Gives it away though. Still going for it, Rico. Cleared eventually. But John Stones collects. City are doing really well to prevent any sort of counter-attacks here, because there's been a couple of opportunities there. Counter press from Rico there was good. And the interception from John Stones just then as well. Really good. But yeah, you're just praying that they don't get out, you know, and break the counter press, because they've obviously got speed up front. We've seen it already. That praise Sayado down the right wing back, and Otolungi as well. Looks like he's a big, powerful player. Foden coming down the right with Savinho further out wide. He's got it now. Savinho, step over. Right foot dinks. Haaland's waiting. Haaland's head it saved. Haaland and rebound. Oh, fucking hell. Savinho's got it. Don't know how that didn't go in. And then the ball into Bernardo Silva's collected by Vindal. And it's still 1-0. Yeah, it's a good ball from Savinho this time with his weaker foot as well. Haaland gets on the end of it, leaps up, gets his head on it, but it's straight at Vindal, and it's either side of him, it's 2-0. But it's headed straight at him, and he nearly got on the rebound of it as well. He's going through that little spell, Haaland, where he struggles to find chances that are clear-cut and also goals as a result. Rico, mate, you've given it away. Otolungi's terrible touch has sent it out for a goal kick. Got away with that one. Rico, really sloppy from Rico. Didn't check his shoulder there. Looked at Ortega, thought I'll give it him. Yeah, really sloppy from Rico. And then he won it. Otolungi got ahead of Edison, but the touch was heavy and took it out for a goal kick. But you can forgive him. Rico gets it out to Savinho. Gosh, Savinho, mate, steps it over, back post ding. Haaland! What a fucking goal have I just seen from Erling Haaland? What the fuck have I just seen? What was that? He just backheeled it. It was a backheel volley. Kind of reminiscent to the goal he scored against Borussia Dortmund, but I would say this is better. The ball from Savinho is brilliant. The step over from Savinho is brilliant. Crosses it in. Haaland just like backheel volley. Like what? What did it... I need to see that again. I don't understand. There's physically what just happened. Savinho on the right wing steps over with his left foot onto his right foot, dinks in it, and then Haaland backheels it with a volley. Which is fucking unbelievable. What's he doing? What the fuck was that, man? That was unbelievable from Erling Haaland. It's not even improvisation. That's not improvising. That's just like, what's your brain even thinking to do that? What crosses your mind to make your body do that? How did he... Even he knows that was a fucking mint goal. His face tells the picture. What a goal that was from Erling Haaland. That's sensational. It really is. You don't understand how good it is until you try to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like you need athleticism of the highest caliber to be able to make your body do that. To just throw yourself in the air. It's not just trying it, it's pulling it off. You know what I mean? There's one thing giving that a go and being as wild as you want and making your leg like... I don't understand. He just turned himself into a pretzel. I'm seeing it again on this one there. It's like... It's fucking unbelievable. It's like a backward karate kick. Well, that's what I mean. It's a back heel. He backheels it with a volley that's head height. You expect someone to head that, but he leaps up and does that with his leg. And Sparta Prague have got a long throw in here. Nodded on. Cleared though. Savinho looking to break away. Using his speed, is he? And it's been shepherded out for a throw into City. But we can carry on with the counter-attack here because they slowed it down instead. 2-0. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. So good from Haaland. I said in the first half, what did I say? I know what I said. I said he's going to score in this game. Definitely. There was too many crosses coming into the box. They're allowing way too many balls into the box. He was going to get on the end of them eventually, and I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that. It's 4-1 Barcelona. Bayern are getting a tonking, mate. An absolute tonking. I need another P. I'm not going to be able to make it. Unfortunately. Azan, good to see you, mate. Hope you're good. (4-1) Barcelona. That's a fucking headline scoreline. It's not even like, oh, what a good game. Bayern Munich are getting battered. It's not even an hour gone. Still like 35 minutes plus to go. And Vincent Kompany looks lost. I feel for him. This was the make or break move. He could still turn it around. He's still young as a Bayern Munich manager. But it's not looking good. You've gone away to Villa, and I thought Villa deserved to win. And you've gone away to Barcelona and gotten battered. Doesn't make for good reading on your CV, mate. Unfortunately. They got off to a good start, actually, I thought, in the league at least. Aren't they top by quite a comfortable distance? That's it, Adash. That's exactly right. It's just that's why you have to appreciate Erling Haaland, because of that. You're exactly right. It's a unique goal that you just don't see. Ibrahimovic is the only player that springs to mind that I think would score that type of goal. Maybe Giroud, Olivier Giroud. I think those three, that it's your big, athletic, very clever thinking type goals. It's not just athleticism. You have to go through a thought process to make your body do that. Like, you have to think, how can I turn this cross that's coming in behind my head at head height? How can I make that go in the goal? Like, I know, I'll turn my body in like 90 degrees and I'll back heel it from like my foot being like 6 foot in the air and back heel it. Yeah, why not, mate? Give it a go, see what happens. And it's flowing. Not only that, it goes into the corner of the net. Do you know what I mean? It goes into the top corner. It doesn't just like, oh, fortunately, it nestles in right into the corner. Incredible from Erling Haaland. Gundogan with the corner ball, whipped in. It's cleared at the near post. I'm sorry, people, I'm not going to make it to the end of the game. I'm going to have to go for a pee in a minute. Because beer does it to me. John Stones, 3-0. There's my cue, right. I'm going to go and celebrate with a big old piss. Let's go. Perfect timing. Fucking more chair as well. Does it get any better for you? For you back home, the chair. Fucking chair box. for a forfeit, bloody hell. Could be 4. Oh no, it's cleared. Sorry about that, people. Do apologise. Beer, man, I might have to knock it on the head. I don't think I can have beer in future streams because I've got the bladder of a 4-year-old when I drink beer. But 3-0, I put it on the board. John Stones again. What is this man doing? Let's, I've missed it, but there is the replay there. But what a header. Was it Nunes with the cross? What did I say? Was it Nunes? I said, everything I'm saying is just like making me sound like a genius. I said Haaland would score. I said Nunes is getting a goal or an assist. And if that was a Nunes cross, he's got himself an assist. Subs coming on, or may have already come on, because I'm looking at, why am I looking at that game? It's miles behind this game. It's the same game, you fucking idiot. It's more in tune with now. Jonny Stones. Jonny Stones. Timmy, good to see you, mate. Chair reckons 5, does it? Well, that's what I reckoned as well. So the chair needs to chill out with the plagiarism, okay? Bet none of you even... I know what plagiarism means because that's how I... Oh, Haaland's in! Haaland makes it 4 with a very competent finish. Really good. Right foot, just side foot, smashes it into that corner of the net. And it's Manchester City starting to turn the screw. And D-Harsh at the beginning of this stream said that my prediction of 5-1 was too eccentric. Too much. City don't win comfortably anymore, but we are 20 minutes to go. 4-0 up. Looks like this could be 5 or 6. Keep it going. And I think City can start to gain confidence from this performance as well. It looks like... and it's another Nunes assist, by the way. It's another Mateus Nunes assist. Laid off. It's superb football. It really is. The run from Haaland's fantastic. Foden gets it into the middle of the pitch. He passes it almost through Haaland, like past him. Haaland ignores that pass, keeps that run going into the middle of the pitch. As the ball goes past him, it gets to Nunes, who first time just lays it into Haaland's path. Doesn't need to break stride. Haaland controls it with his left foot, enough to push it onto his right side, and just sweeps it in with a strong side foot, right foot effort into the bottom corner to make it 4-0 Manchester City. And Haaland has now got 3 goals in 3 matches. On comes Kovacic, on comes James McAtee for Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. 4-0. That's a perfect description. Done it already, mate. Done it already.
Yeah, scoreboard.
I'm only messing, mate. To be honest, this stream would fall apart without you lot. Quite literally, it would be pointless. If none of you were here, it would be very, very pointless. And big up to all the streamers out there that are streaming to no one, because I've done that. It's not easy to start a stream knowing 0 people are going to tune in. Big up to all those streamers that are just starting or are struggling to get going. Fair play to you, man, to keep going and streaming to 2 people, 3 people. One of them's your dog, one of them's your mum. And it's like, yeah, I feel for you, man. Like, keep going. I doubt many of you, I'm talking to viewers here, I doubt many of them are actual YouTubers watching, but I feel for those guys, man. Can't be easy. City being a bit chill here at the back. John Stones and Akanji passing it around. Just trying to draw out Sparta Prague, who are unbelievably not being drawn into the bait, but Akanji and John Stones are still playing their game, trying to draw them out. Sparta Prague are like damage limitation now, so at what point did they want to do anything in this game? Because they were 1-0 down, they stayed back. 2-0 down, they stayed back. 3-0 down, just wait a minute, they stayed back. And then they go 4-0 down, and you'll never guess what happened then. You'll never guess what. You'll never guess what happened. They stayed back. And it's 4-0, and they're not even bothering. Ball into Haaland. gone up in the air. Foden. Like, why would you not bother like trying to get a goal now? Like the window of trying to get a point from the game is gone. Like, you were trying to like stay in the game at 1-0, arguably at 2, at 3-0 and then 4-0 so quickly. It was like, right, it's just gone. Like, what's the point? And I mean, some people will say this is boring now. City's smashing a side they're expected to smash. We can't fucking win. Oof. Liverpool just hit the bar. McAllister with a long-range effort. We could do with some goals as well, not only for the general confidence, but for the goal difference on the league table. Considering Bayern Munich, who I was worrying about as a Champions League team, didn't they put 8? Who did they beat? 8-0 or 8-1 in the first game of the first game of the Champions League. They scored bloody 8. So I was thinking goal difference could be quite important now. They've bagged 8, but they've conceded 4 today against Barca. So I think that worry is gone. Who do you reckon's going to win the Champions League group? Like the league table, rather. Who do you reckon's going to win the whole thing? I reckon we've got a decent shout. Obviously. But bloody Villa. Top right now. Yeah, Ryan's still praying. Phil's back in church. You're a genius either way, Church. Was it 9-2? Was it 9? Fucking hell. They're showing that Haaland goal again. I've not even heard the commentary, but I'm hoping they're waxing lyrical about it. Because it's absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Don't forget to hit the like button. And consider subscribing if you're new. If you're interested in becoming a member, the link is in the description below. 2 tiers to choose from. Supporter and Legend, where you get access to emojis. The difference between the two is in I just love you a little bit more. That's it. Gvardiol coming on, which obviously protecting Nathan Ake. Pep was actually asked in the pre-match interview whether he thinks Nathan Ake can do the full 90 minutes. Obviously he doesn't, because he's coming off for Gvardiol, as is John Stones coming off for Ruben Diaz. Pep looks over the moon with John Stones. Over the moon with him. He's got 3 goals to his name already this season. It was a bit of a goal... Kovacic is giving it away there, a bit sloppy. He was a bit of a goal scorer at Everton. Not really been that much of a goal getter at City. The odd goal here and there, John Stones. Not like this season, though. But at Everton, when he was younger, he did pick up quite a few goals, didn't he? I remember. Kovacic, sloppy. He's totally not up to the speed, Kovacic. He's given it away twice in the space of a minute. Yeah, he's not... I'm not sure he's been amazing, but he's definitely been very, very good. Really improved. Got himself that assist for Haaland as well with a lovely bit of dribbling. I'm doing it right now, mate. I'm doing it right now. You just... you beat me to it. But, yeah, he definitely has improved. I wouldn't say amazing, but I do think he's been massively improved compared to first half. And that assist is going to do the world of good for Savinho. Oh yeah, good point. Well, Real Madrid are surely going to be in the top 8. As I would imagine Barca there. I don't know. It depends on the fixtures, doesn't it? I don't know who's got a who. Lille have equalised against Atletico Madrid. Bloody Nora. 15 minutes to go. City should be making this 5 or 6, really, in truth. And I would love a clean sheet. The two Croatians linking up. Kovacic back to Ortega. Is that true, Randall? A Liverpool draw and we need another goal and we go second. Bloody hell, is that behind Villa? And here we go. We might get it now. Nunes coming into the box. He's got hold of the ball. He could have given away a penalty there if Vitic stuck a foot out, but he didn't. Good bit of defending in truth to shepherd Nunes away from goal. But City have still got it. Nunes on the right side this time, looking for a blue shirt. Finds Phil Foden. Ruben Diaz. He's had so much of the ball this season, Ruben Diaz. Like, over the course of the season. He's seen so much of it. Like, think of that second half against Arsenal. Ruben Diaz was like our playmaker, wasn't he? Because we had no one else to give the ball to. Same against Wolves in the second half. He had a good effort in that game as well, didn't he? One that was a good save from Jose Sarr. Gvardiol now. McAtee's on the pitch, playing left wing. Nunes has gone right wing. Savinho's still on the pitch, playing a little bit central. Sort of like alongside Haaland a little bit. Haaland's dropped deep, actually. McAtee's looked to fill the void that Haaland left up front as Haaland came deep. Haaland's going to win a free kick, is he? No. Wants to, but doesn't get it. Referee says no. Get up. You big monstrous Nordic man. James McAtee dinks it to Foden. Could see what he was trying there, but it wasn't really on there for McAtee. It would take a ridiculous... He needed to get more height on it. Tried to do a little dink, but it wasn't really on the pass. Needed to get a bit more loftiness to it. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, please, people. If you can. Akanji doing that. Chilling on the ball, trying to draw out Sparta Prague, and then just boots it straight through to Vindal. It's a Lille penalty at 1-1. And it's 2-1 Lille. Atletico Madrid. Simeone. What is going on, mate? Wow. I think Atletico Madrid are looking to... O'Reilly's coming on. Nico O'Reilly looks like he's getting ready. I feel like Atletico Madrid, they've recently received some Saudi money. They've received a big sponsorship. They're obviously sponsored by Riyadh Air. The new 3-year-old airline company from Saudi Arabia happens to sponsor Atletico Madrid legitimately. Ball in from Sparta Prague here. Can we keep a clean sheet? Looks like we can for now at least. Savinho's got it. But yeah, Kovacic, mate, love that. Great bit of play from Kovacic. Got to send McAtee away. Does. McAtee's coming forward. A bit quicker, mate. Nunes. Down to the left-hand side. Mateus Nunes, one-on-one. McAtee rakes a run. Kovacic, pokes it through to Rico. Rico's still got it. Got to lay it off now. And he's sent Haaland too wide there, but Haaland's still got it, trying to come back inside. Haaland crossed. There's a good ball from Haaland. I've always said that. Centre-forwards can cross a ball, man. It's mad that I'm about to say Ruud van Nistelrooy twice in one stream for two completely separate reasons. But Ruud van Nistelrooy knew how to cross a ball. Haaland, I think, knows how to cross a ball. But you know why? Because centre-forwards know where they want it. Because they spend so much time on the receiving end of crosses, they know what a good cross is and a bad cross is. So when you give a centre-forward a ball to cross, because that ball from Haaland then was brilliant. Just no one ran into the back post. Nunes was caught on his heels at the back post. And that was the last action for Erling Haaland as well, who's going off, being brought off for Nico O'Reilly. So who's going up front then? This could be a little insight into what Pep thinks when we play the false nine. Foden, is he still on the pitch? I think he is. it's got to be Foden, hasn't it? Yeah, it looks like Foden. Nico O'Reilly getting involved. Yeah, Heineken's a bit crap, to be honest. It's a bit... Or... Do you reckon Heineken are going to contact me for a sponsorship? Hi, Typical City. That's how all my emails are, like, that I receive. Hi, Typical City. As if I'm called Typical City. I mean, legally, I might change my name to that one day if this proves to be successful. But hi, Typical City. We saw your content, and we would like to sponsor you. Please don't call our product fart anymore, though. Ball given away by Ruben Diaz. Throw into Sparta Prague. They're showing on the Goals Show Extra on BT Sport the Haaland goal against Borussia Dortmund, which is kind of similar. It's got that same athleticism, except that one I feel like hit the side of his boot, whereas this one was off the heel. That one's off the side of his boot where he's just cushioning it towards the goal. This one was like a flick, like as if my arm was a foot. Nico O'Reilly's in. And Vindal comes out. Good bit of goalkeeping there, in truth. But I thought Nico O'Reilly was about to make it 5-0. And we couldn't really argue. Well, they can't argue. We could be very happy with a 5-0 scoreline. But this should be 5 or 6, really. But yeah, they were just reminiscing over the Dortmund goal. It was a good cross as well. As much as I think he's a bit of a twat. Mr. Cancelo, that cross was unbelievable. The Trivela, really good cross. Now Nico O'Reilly's on, and Haaland is off. It was a bad boy goal. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. Oh, bloody Leipzig have equalised, but it looks like it's going to be ruled out for offside. Bastard. It was a Pender as well. He's a good player. Seven minutes to go. City looking for a fifth. Kovacic, man on, mate. There's a couple of good moments from Kovacic, but he's been a bit sloppy since he's come on. Dynamo Zagreb have finished off Salzburg to make it 2-0. 10 men Salzburg as well. Nunes has been fouled there. That's Mateus Nunes with 2 assists today. Not bad. Not bad at all from Mateus Nunes. If he caps it off with a goal, then I think he's quite comfortably man of the match. He's pushing Phil Foden now. Phil Foden's... Who would you give man of the match now? Because I feel like it's changed since 1-0. Because I think it was Devious or someone, it might have been Devious, who was saying Foden man of the match. But that was at 1-0. I think things have changed since then a little bit. Because Foden's gone a little bit quiet since then. He's certainly not played bad. But I think Nunes has he's certainly thrown his hat in the ring for man of the match. Getting 2 assists. The squad feels thin, though, at the minute, doesn't it? Because the Grealish and Doku injuries, you look at the fact that there's only 6 bloody players on the bench. It's alarming. Roy gifting 1 typical City membership. I massively appreciate that, mate. Thanks very much, Roy. And Yash grabs it. Big up, Yash. Rico. And big up Roy. Thank you, mate. W's in the chat for Roy. Nice one. Top man, Roy. Nunes. Left wing. Ghosts past Preciado. Looking for a penalty and gets it. He gets it. Could be getting his third assist here. In fact, I'd give him the fucking penalty. He won it. He's got 2 assists. He isn't going to take it though, is he? But this could be 3 assists for Matheus Nunes. It's a penalty. He drove past Preciado. And then... yeah, it's a penalty. He tries to get the cross in. The tackle from Preciado doesn't make any connection on the ball. Takes out Matheus Nunes' right ankle. It's a penalty. There's no way that's getting overturned, surely. And it's a booking for Preciado. City look... fucking hell, right? You absolutely... and it's Nunes to take it. Fully deserved. Here we go. Matheus Nunes. This will be his first goal. This will be his first goal. No, it won't. He scored against Watford, didn't he? First Champions League goal for Manchester City. Or ever, is it? Because he's never been in the Champions League with Wolves. Did he score with Sporting? Probably. I don't know. Talking shit. But here's Nunes. Fucking 5-0. Matheus Nunes, for me, man of the match. And it means a lot to him, man. Look at his celebration, man. It means a lot to him. I love that passion. I love that from Matheus Nunes. I love how happy the rest of the squad are for him. This guy's clearly a player favourite. You know what I mean? He might not be a fan favourite, but he looks like a player favourite. And for me, that's more important. You know, if you're a big player that's loved by the rest of your squad, that's huge. Being loved by the fans is great, but being loved by your teammates is even more. And clearly, the celebration they showed against Watford, when Rico Lewis was trying to get him to smile, who remembers that when they were trying to turn his cheeks and make him smile? And then again, the players surround him again and really show their love for Matheus Nunes. This guy obviously works hard in training, and they probably feel sorry for the fact that he doesn't get that many minutes. But he's come on today. He came on against Wolves, put in one of the most important tackles of the season so far. Goes up the other end and wins a flurry of corners which eventually win Manchester City the game. He's come on today, got himself 2 assists and a goal, of which the goal would have been his 3rd assist for a penalty because he won the penalty. I mean, Matheus Nunes, mate. I've always felt like it's time. Just give him time. Can't just fucking disrespect players we've not seen yet. You know what I mean? I think he silenced a few City fans because I know a few City fans out there that have been very, disrespectful, to be honest. I was trying to think of a nice way to put it, but it's been disrespectful. Here comes Sparta Prague, 89th minute. Please just clean sheet. That'd be nice. Deflected into Ortega's hands. Atletico Madrid looking to equalise against Lille. Oh, they nearly did. Still 2-1. Lille against Atletico Madrid. Barca 4. Bayern Munich 1. Manchester City 5. Sparta Prague.
This is Sparta!
Hey, shit, mate. 5-0.
This is Sparta!
And?
This is Sparta!
Hey, shit, mate. 5-0. Anyway, 5-0 against...
This is Sparta!
Sorry. I'm definitely getting copyrighted now. 100%. Never mind. Atletico Madrid. Oh, who the fuck did some Atletico Madrid player just cleared it off the line to prevent a goal for Atletico Madrid? What was that? Liverpool still 1 up. Away to RB Leipzig. Feyenoord are 2-1 up. Benfica have got 1 back in that game. Still Young Boys and Inter 0-0. Young Boys hanging on. That's not a scoreline I've said once all game, which is stupid of me. I hope so, Phil. Because if we can transfer this amount of goals into Premier League football, then we can put the frights up Arsenal. I haven't spoke about Arsenal tonight that much. There's only 1 minute left for me to do it before the game ends. There's something a bit disjointed about them, and we really need to take advantage of that. Because I feel like Liverpool have got a bit of wind behind their sails right now. There's a momentum factor with Liverpool. It's gone to shit for Arsenal lately, I feel. RB Leipzig trying to equalise against Liverpool, just as I was saying. No, and they didn't. Nearly did, though. 5 minutes of injury time to be added on in that game. But yeah, no, it's like the injuries they've received, the suspensions, the fact that they keep getting players sent off. Their performance against Shakhtar last night was so average. So average. It was the same. The expectancy level of Arsenal versus Shakhtar was probably the same as Manchester City versus Sparta. But look at the difference in performance and scoreline. McAtee looking to make it 6. It's cleared. Núñez keeping them back. Surely that's going to be the full-time whistle. And it is the full-time whistle. Manchester City 5, Sparta Prague 0. My prediction was 5-1 and nearly got it right. Nearly got it right. I nearly got a lot right tonight. I said Haaland was going to score. I said Núñez was going to assist or score. He did both. And I said City would score 5. Got that right, but I assumed we were going to concede. And we've kept a clean sheet, which is something I like being wrong about. I would like to continue to keep assuming Manchester City are going to concede and then don't concede, because we will win plenty of silverware this season. If we start to keep clean sheets, it's over. It is over for the rest of the league. That is literally our problem, and we can't keep clean sheets. And the one that the other side so often seem to score will eventually be a problem, will cause us to drop points. It did at St James's Park. We allowed Arsenal to score 2, which is a side that you expect to concede chances to. But these are the sorts of sides that we should absolutely be keeping clean sheets to. And Inter Milan have just scored a winner in the 92nd minute against Young Boys. You've got a feel for the Young Boys, haven't you? As young as they are, and as much as they are male, because they are young boys, they're 1-0 down. 92nd minute from Thuram. But Manchester City, 3 points on the board. I think, where does that place us now in the Champions League table? Piss off, Gemini. You know when you go to Google now and you get this new AI shit? I don't know where that places us in the actual live table. We are 3rd. Is that right? 3rd? Yeah, behind Liverpool. So 3 English sides. Aston Villa top, Liverpool 2nd, Manchester City 3rd in the Champions League. And Roy with a very kind, generous donation and a dancing... What the fuck is that? Fuck is that, Roy? Some crazy shit you've sent me there, Roy. Some dancing... I don't know, it's like a potato with maracas. I like it. Whatever it is. And Lille have made it 3-1 to finish off the game against Atletico Madrid. Jesus. Some interesting results tonight, but as far as Manchester City go, we look like we are sailing into the knockout rounds, as to be expected in truth, from Manchester City. A dominant performance, a very competent performance, chances galore. I would say we could have easily got 7 or 8, really, if we took all of our chances. Haaland got on the end of so many crosses that he wasn't quite well enough to produce a goal until he produced one of what arguably the goal of the season for City so far. I mean, Gvardiol's probably got to say something about that with the goal he scored against Wolves. I'm sure we've scored some pretty good ones as well. But that's right up there with certainly unique goal of the season. Haaland's making his way over to a bunch of screaming City fans who are all demanding his shirt. Let's see who he picks. He's looking for somebody. Who's he looking for? How'd you pick, mate? Oh, he's giving it the responsibility to someone else. Some young lads getting it by the looks of it, so fair play to them. What an evening they've had to get an Erling Haaland shirt covered in Haaland sweat. Absolutely glorious. Mateus Nunes currently under the microphone getting interviewed as well right now with 2 assists and a goal. I think his confidence levels now in a Manchester City shirt, it's like, I'm here now. You know what I mean? I'm a City player, mate. I play for Manchester City and I'm going to have a big impact on this season. You keep going, Mateus Nunes, man, because I think he's knocking on the door for first-team football, like proper first-team football, because it's starting to get that way now. The debate is, it's growing. I think there's a conversation there, like, but for who? Who would you play Nunes for instead of? I mean, you're taking some risks by saying, obviously, a fully fit Manchester City squad, he doesn't get in. Because De Bruyne, there's no way you get ahead of De Bruyne or Foden, but injuries, you know, Bernardo Silva, he's been a bit up and down this season. Gundogan, for me, can Nunes play that 8 role though? Because he's shown a lot of versatility in the attacking sense this season, Mateus Nunes, but defensively he's shown lots of quality, but not when he's played in that position. You know what I mean? He's shown lots of ability to tackle, but he's winning the ball back in dangerous areas and in an attacking sense, as well as that one that he showed against Wolves at the weekend where he got back and won the ball. But what's he like receiving the ball when he's facing Ederson or Ortega, you know, with a man on his shoulder, you know, being the number 8 to receive the ball, or the number 6, because people are saying he can play number 6. Could he be cover for Rodri? You know? Whatever it is, the man is putting a case out for himself, you know, he really is. And I'm so glad to see it, because we've got another player now that we can get excited about and get confident about. That he's on the pitch and not be like, oh, fucking hell, he's starting. Yeah, no, Nunes is starting good. I'm starting to feel like good. I'm excited about it. I want to see what he can do. You know, and the last few appearances I've seen of him, I'm like, I've not seen anything to let me down. And I've grown more to like him from each performance. It goes up a notch. So let's keep it going, mate. Let's see what he can do. Defensively, nothing to do. Ortega, quiet, clean sheet, good, brilliant. Bit frustrating for Ederson because, I mean, he's been conceding goals left, right and centre, but none of them have been his fault. And if anything, Ederson's been keeping City in games, you know, making big saves lately. Ederson, really big, important saves. Kept it at 1-0 against Wolves. I'm sure there's other examples that are not hitting my brain well enough to remember, but I certainly remember there being some saves that Ederson's made recently. Was it Brentford? I feel like Ederson kept us in the game in the first half against Brentford. But yeah, Rico Lewis was okay today because I feel like he's dipped in form a little bit. Kovacic came on, was a little bit sloppy, couple of nice moves. Trying to think, Haaland got himself a ridiculous goal. Savinho definitely improved in the second half. Foden got himself a brilliant goal. That's another big confidence boost. This has been a great night, really, when you think about it. And I wasn't expecting it to be as good a night. I thought it was going to... I had confidence in the morning, and then I looked into Sparta Prague and the way they play. I thought they could cause problems. They didn't, thankfully. One moment that caused an Ortega save in the first half. But, I mean, after that, it was just pure domination from City. But the best news is we've gained confidence for Phil Foden. A massive amount of confidence for Mateus Nunes. Haaland scored. Again, there was a little concern there. How many games is he going to go without a goal now? Well, he's put that to bed. Scored. And what a goal it was. Savinho showed some glimpses of skill. Still problems for Gundogan. I still feel like there was he wasn't bad. I don't think Gundogan was bad by any stretch of the imagination. Let's not continue the Gundogan trend, which is, at the minute, he isn't playing well. The form isn't great for Gundogan. But there was a couple of moments today where he was sloppy, but it's not like, oh, we need to write him off now, because it wasn't enough either way for me to decide, right, Gundogan deserves benching, but he certainly didn't get the Foden confidence boost or the Nunes confidence boost that those two players got today. If Gundogan got on the score sheet or got involved with an assist or just generally played better, I feel like we could be saying the same about Gundogan, but it was, quiet, just kept going, didn't he, Gundogan? I didn't feel like there was anything there for Gundogan today to get excited about or to have a go about either. Stones scoring again, ridiculous. Ruben Diaz coming on, solid. Akanji. Ryan's fucking going to bed in tears because Akanji's not scored. But yeah, good day for City. 5-0. You know, third in the Champions League table. We're looking pretty comfortable. Like I said, Blues, no video tomorrow, unfortunately, because I've got jobs on, house viewing, lots and lots of busy stuff in my personal life that I won't bore you too much with. But yeah, no video tomorrow, but there will be a preview for Southampton on Friday, so come and join me for that. And the watch-along itself on Saturday, 3 o'clock here in the UK, so come and join me for that one. Back to Premier League football, where we don't drink beer and take a total chill pill, where we get all excited and excessively swear when we score last-minute winners. And yeah, get the bleep button out for me, because I watched that back on fan reactions. And mate, how much do I swear? Like, so much. I don't think I said 3 words without saying the word fuck. Like, you know, it's too much, man. But anyway, who cares? Yeah, really enjoyed the watch long. Really enjoyed the chat as always, guys. You guys are absolute legends. You are. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, we are still playing, Andy. Yeah, 101 minutes into the game. There we go. 2 seconds. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, the clock's fucked anyway. On that note, I'm going to leave you, love you, and leave you. So, yeah, take care, Blues. Enjoy yourselves. Come and join me for the Southampton preview and the watch-along, and enjoy the rest of your evening. 5-0 buzzing. Take care, Blues, and I'll see you in the next one.